Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So yesterday I showed you how I was sorting out all these bits of fabric that I wanted to make a snippet roll from. So today I have started it here. Now I've put it onto this piece of cotton that I showed you yesterday. So really when you start you need sort of like a strip. This is, I'm not quite sure, I didn't really measure it. It is about 1.5 inches wide. So it all depends on what size you want, but I think this is coming out really pretty, and this is just from all those little bits that we sorted out yesterday from that pot. So I'm going to finish it off. So all as I'm doing, I'm sewing it on here. I'm doing it in like little sections. So I'm gluing it down with my glue stick, and then I'm going to the sewing machine and sewing it. So it's just sort of like done in little sections. So I'm just going to pop a few more bits on. So quite random. I'm just doing it with real little tiny bits on here. I know lots of you do it with sort of like bigger pieces, but I wanted to use up all these little pieces that I've got. Try and get rid of them. And I'm just going to cut bits and stick bits on. Now when I use the little bits of sort of like ribbon like this or lace, let me have a look if I've got a thinner piece. Let's see, I'm sure we had some thinner pieces like this piece. I like to put this bit on the outside so you can see the sort of like there, like that piece. So I'm just going to take another little piece of this, just glue it down. It's the glue sticks just to stick it down, just to hold it in place while I'm sort of like before I sew it. But I do like the little edges on here, so I'm going to stick that piece all the way along here. Now I will be going back and adding some extras out of my little pot here, out of this one. Just to make it a little bit prettier. So this is sort of like really just like a base that you add pieces to, and then you go back and you add on it again. I think it's a bit too big. Let's pop that little bit of glue on there, just like that. So this is nice to keep in your stash, so it's all ready for when you want to do a journal and you're ready to make some embellishments. You can just sort of like cut this up, or you can make it as a tie around one of your journals, which I have done in the past, and they look really, really lovely, really lovely. They do finish your journal off really lovely. That's a nice piece up. Now I'm going to actually cut that piece down. Now I need a sort of pinky prettier bit underneath here, I think. Let's use this. Let's just stick that down on there like that. So try not, if you're going to do it, then you've got your bits and pieces out, try not to sort of think about where you're putting things. Just stick, and it really does, honestly, it comes out really, really well. Because you just need a base. If you've only got a few bits, just make a basic one. Just put a few bits of fabric down or lace, and then go over the top if you've got little embellishments, and just add them in little sections, and you'll be surprised how it comes out. Let's stick this piece here like that. A little bit of glue stick. Oopsie daisy. Little bit of fabric or lace on there. I'm going to have this piece because on this end I added one of this like that, just so you can see sort of like the end of it, because if I wanted to use it as a tie around a journal, it sort of like finishes it off nicely. Oops. Now I'm going to pop that on the end now, I think, just like that. That down. Gosh, here we go, sticky fingers again. And that's a nice little piece there, isn't it? That would probably look nice along this piece. Just like that. Stick it, chop it off there. Stick that down. Like that. Chop that off. There we go. Okay, so let's have a little bit of this one as well. Doesn't really matter where it goes. It can go like that. A bit of a plainer one, I think. Ooh, let's have a little bit of this. Oops. It can go on there. I didn't really want to cover that up too much because that's a really pretty piece. Now let's have a brownier piece. What we got? Look, there must have been a little pocket that I made. Quite pretty. That will go in a journal. Don't know why that's in there. Let's pop that to the side. Let's have a bit of this on there. Cut that down. Oops. Stick that on, stick that over. Make sure this is stuck down nicely. Now, what else have we got? A little piece of this, I think. Look, that's sticky under there. So, perfect. Right, I'm going to go and sew this. Let me just add just a little bit to here. Just like that. Okay, so I've done sort of like this much now because that was where I finished sewing before. So that's what I've done here. So I'm going to quickly go and sew this. Now what I do, you can see how I sew it. I've got a zigzag and it's just all over the place really. As long as you try and sort of like attach each sort of like piece on there, then it's fine. Make sure it doesn't all come off. So there we go. I'm going to quickly go and stitch this and I will be back. Okay, so there we go. Now I've sewn that all together. So I've just gone sort of like up and down, not very neat and tidy, but if you're going to use it sort of like as a closure on a journal, you can back it with something, but I quite like it like that. So there we go. So I think that looks really lovely. There's bits of cotton everywhere. So now what I'm going to do, I've popped a little flower on there, so I'm going to get a couple more, I think. Just cut them down and just add them around. So let's get the darker redder ones on here. Take a few of those off here. Let's have this one. Just like that. Pop those back in the pot so I can just sort of like stick one on there. Stick one, maybe there. Then we've got one there, then I need one up this end. Just like that. Let's stick that there. So then we can just go through. What else can I pop on here, out of here? Oh, I might have some of this beautiful rose trim. I love this. So I think I might actually use some, oopsie daisy, 3-in-1 on this one. Let's use everywhere. There we go. Just pop this on. I don't think I'll stitch this on or stick it on because it's quite thick and sometimes it gets caught in the sewing machine needle. So this 3-in-1 will keep it on there perfect. So shove these little bits off. Oopsie daisy. Bit of glue on there. Stick that down like that. So I think that looks lovely. And we'll have another one just up here. Bit of glue. Stick that there. So I think that looks nice. Okay, maybe a few of these little bits. Oops. Pop a couple of, I think sort of like odd numbers look best. Like that. So let's just stick these on randomly. Try and sort of make it so it sort of like works together. That down there. Perfect. I'm going to stick these on with the 3-in-1 again. Just a little blob. Just like that. Down there. Gosh, me and my glue do get messy. Right, stick a bit of glue on there. Glue, stick these on. Oh, I'm liking this. I think it looks really pretty. And that can go on there. So this is a nice little snippet roll to go in our stash, isn't it? So I think maybe, now I'm going to actually sew these on the sewing machine because this one I have sewn on, so I'm going to stick those on there like that. Now I think that looks really, really pretty. So 2 minutes, I'm just going to quickly sew these on. Okay, so I've just sewn these on quickly, so they look nice. Just chop the little bits of the cotton off, like that. That one. One here, and then this one, and then underneath just cut these little bits off. Lots of bits of cotton everywhere. Chop that, chop this piece here. I think that's about right. So how pretty does that look? So all your little bits and pieces, it's worth having a little sort out, isn't it? Like that. So I think that looks really lovely, and I've still got so much left. I can make lots more, so that's what I will be doing today, making some more of these snippet rolls. And then what I can do, I can just roll it up, ready to go, and pop in my stash pot. Look at that, doesn't that look lovely? And then ready to use in a journal when I do it. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all safe and well, and I will see you next time. Alright, take care, bye bye.